and Chris decided that we would use a dollar shot.
Yeah, what should I do here?
Do a dollar shot.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about after this?
I'm not sure.
What about a close-up?
Good idea.
Okay. Should I do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone got the really genius idea of putting a camera in a 9-year-old's hands. But it's interesting to just see my point of view that I don't even remember. I don't remember any of this stuff. You know, they just kind of put a camera in my hands and I just shot away.
Hey, can I get you on the other side? There's more light. I can't really see you.
How do you know all this stuff?
Okay, right here. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Mac. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Take my glasses off for this.
I don't want to give you any ideas, but are we going tighter?
Are we going tighter? Yes.
Is it true that you are in the hit movie Home Alone?
Yes, it is true, Macaulay. And there's one thing that I have to say. They told me that in about 15 years that they will still be showing this movie because the style of it is going to still be in fashion.
Isn't it true that you're the brother of the famous Macaulay Culkin? Yes, it is true. Do you think Home Alone will be a hit movie?
Yes, absolutely. Because you're in it.
Thank you. Moving on.
So long.
Running between people and like. Sometimes Chris needs some help setting up shots. Yeah, and he does.
We just had a great cast, you know, everywhere. Anyone from Macaulay Culkin and Joe Pesci and Dan. They were just a great bunch of people to work with.
We were really lucky. Joe Pesci read it and saw that he could do something with it, and he came on board, and when he came on board, everyone else kind of followed.
Joe Pesci was someone I was a gigantic fan of from Raging Bull and Goodfellas, and I thought, God, it would be great if Joe Pesci would agree to do something like this. He warmed to the script, we got along when we first met, and he decided to do the film, which was shocking to me. I didn't expect him to do it.
He thought that a lot of what we were asking him to do was a stretch for him, which it was. He handled it so well because a lot of it was, you know, kind of in a different playing field than what he was used to. I think his hardest thing was not to cuss on camera.
It's about a little boy who accidentally gets left home alone around Christmas time.
It's about a family planning a trip to Paris for the Christmas holidays, and 3 families, the husband's brother and his kids, and his other brother's kids, are all together in the same house along with his kids, our kids, I play the wife.
This house is so full of people, it makes me sick.
So there are like 11 or 12 kids all together in the house.
These people have so many children.
We sleep in the morning that we're supposed to leave, and there are 2 vans waiting outside to take us to the airport. We scream around the house getting ready to rush into the vans.
They make one of the older kids do a head count, and they lose it.
Out of all the reindeers, you know you're the mastermind.
Get to the airport, get on the plane. Parents are in first class, kids are in coach.
Some of the kids are flying in the back of the plane.
Great, we finally made it. We've forgotten something. There's something we've forgotten here. What is? And we run through a list of things. No, it's something else and something else. Kevin!
They accidentally leave one of them home. It was the littlest one.
We've left our youngest kid at home by himself up on the 3rd floor.
Mom?
Well, the kid is left home by himself by accident. His family's going on a trip, and they leave the kid home by himself, and there's 2 robbers in the neighborhood robbing all the houses. I'm one of them.
Grab your crowbar. Crowbar's up. Dan Stern and I play burglars.
A policeman is at the family's house, and he's, you know, under the pretense of checking out the house for the holidays and making sure they're all going to be okay now, whether they're going away or not.
You're taking a trip to Paris?
Yes, we hope to leave tomorrow morning.
Excellent, excellent.
But he's really the burglar, you find out later.
And I cased this whole neighborhood out because a lot of people go away at Christmas time, I figure out, and, you know.
It's mainly about this poor little boy trying to deal with being by himself first, but then trying to fend off these 2 burglars who, before the holidays, have sort of scoped out the neighborhood to see who's going to be away for the holidays. And they've targeted this house as a good one, full of great stuff.
This house I really like. I really want to rob this house.
So let's take it one step at a time, okay? We'll unload the van, we'll get a bite to eat, and we'll come back about 9 o'clock. This way it's dark then.
Yeah. Kids are scared of the dark.
And so he finds out that we're going to break into his house, and he has to defend the homestead and with all these homemade traps.
And the kid turns out to be one of these genius kids, you know?
And we fall for every single one of them.
This is my house. I have to defend it.
There's humor in people getting beat up sometimes and falling and things that happen. It's the way it's done.
It's a perfect little movie in a way because it's a kid thwarting the big guys.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
So the kid is beating up the big and bad guys, and so you never really get that real sense of danger. I mean, it's all fun and the stuff that he does to us. There's a triangle on my head on one of the two sides, this side, and that one is, I look up and I pull on a cord and an iron comes screaming down on my forehead. So it sort of leaves this iron imprint. And this side of my face is smashing into a wall on a rope swing and sliding down. Feet, or he leaves tar on the stairs, and then I lose my shoes, step on a nail. Paint can in the face, shovel in the face, tarantula.
Did you take the poisoned stinger out of the real tarantula? They said, well, you know, if we took the stinger out, the tarantula would die eventually. And I said, but if you don't take the stinger out, I will die because it's going to be crawling on my face, and I'm supposed to scream, and I don't want to scare.
And he does a number on these two burglars that's hysterical. I mean, he wipes us out, as you can see. This is just some of it.
More.
He uses his head, you know, and it's really interesting. It's going to be great for kids to watch. I like it, too. I mean, I can't wait to see it.
What? What? What?
Naturally, it's going to be PG, this movie, so there's no bad language, which is great, you know. But the character that I do, I remember I made up, it's like he's cursing. You know, I don't want to do it now because I don't want to spoil it. But you'll see it in the film when he gets angry. I mean, he curses, but he's not cursing. The words are cartoon words. It's hysterical.
We've avoided that or any bad words or anything like that because you do want to say it, maybe a bad word or two when you step on a nail. You might, but we don't. We say, "Darn it, that hurts."
Merry Christmas.
He's terrific. This kid is a wizard. I mean, it's really strange talking to him, you know. But he knows everything. You turn to him in the middle of a scene or something. I try to keep away from him because I want him to think that I'm this mean guy, so I don't bother with him too much. But he doesn't care. I mean, he still turns around with this big friendly smile at me and says, "This is me in a two-shot. You guys, it's just me and Dan. I don't know why you're standing. You don't have to. This is just a two-shot of me and Dan." I mean, he knows all the lingo, you know. He's great. He's really smart.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Macaulay Culkin is just a terrific, he's a terrific kid. He's just a very funny, very intelligent kid.
John Hughes is a great writer. I like this movie very much. Chris Columbus, I like him. He's a great friend.
Oh, Kevin, I'm so sorry.
At its best, it should be very funny, because it really is a comedy, first and foremost. And it should be touching, because it is a touching story of this kid who sort of comes to terms with himself. The script hits all those bases, and if I do a good job, hopefully the movie will hit all those bases.
I mean, it'd be great if it was a hit. I hope it is. And I imagine, because it's John Hughes and Christopher Columbus and a good, funny idea, a good story, that it will be. And it seems like it'll be a nice, funny Christmas story, which would be great. It would be great to be part of a good Christmas movie, because I always love Christmas movies, and I have mine that I want to see every Christmas, so it would be neat if this was one of those.
What a funny guy. What else did you do while we were away?
Just hung around.
Do it is because I've got 3 kids of my own, and it could be a really fun, I mean, it will be a fun movie for the kids to see, and we've avoided anything that's really scary.
People come up to me all the time. I mean, people want to take my picture, take their picture with me. You know, I've had lots of things in my career, and some people love this diner, city, you know, there's lots of things out there, but universally, the impact of Home Alone's been just phenomenal. It's been a great, great introduction, a way to go through life that nobody else has. I go through life with people walking up to me saying, "I love you." Oh, my family and I get together all the time and we laugh at you. You make us so happy at Christmas time. It's like, how can you walk through life any better with people strangers coming up and saying, "We love you, we love you, we love you."
I think the most unexpected thing that happened on the set was during the, I guess what people consider an iconic moment, which is on the poster where he's doing that. The script called for him to put, shaving lotion on, and suddenly it burns his skin and he screams. When he first did it, I never expected his hands to stay attached to his cheeks and the scream to happen like that. And when we saw that, we had to stop ourselves from laughing, and we didn't know it was gonna be the universal image for Home Alone, but Joe Roth, who was the head of 20th Century Fox at the time, saw the dailies and said, "That's gonna be the poster." I said to the crew, we are creating a movie that has to work 20 years from now. I mean, we really knew that, and I thought that if you look at the production design of the movie, if you look at the wardrobe, nothing is so 1990. There's a little of it there, there's hairstyles, there's things you can't overcome because you can't predict the future. But there were the color palette, the look of the film, and the icing on the cake, the John Williams score, makes it feel like it's existed kind of forever, you know, and I would hope that it would have that effect. We'd never expected, what we didn't expect was the fact that the film would be so immensely popular and be #1 for so many weeks in a row, something that doesn't happen anymore because of the sheer volume of films that are released. But that was something that was very exciting and never got boring. Every Sunday, you know, back then getting the phone call from the studio, "Well, you're #1 again," and it never got old. It was really an exciting time.
Kevin! What did you do to my room?
One of the brilliant things of John's writing was that he laid out the physical comedy in exquisite detail.
It's so well written, and it's so well executed, and it's so much fun, and it's so much fun for everyone.
And so when I first read the script, I was laughing out loud. It was like a Stooges thing, but shot by shot. So he was incredibly detailed in his vision, and then Chris brought it to life shot for shot.
The gags in the film were written in the script, and fairly specifically. At the same time, there were elements that didn't exist in the original script. The character of Marley, I don't think existed in the original screenplay. The movie originally ended with Kevin just saying, "Just hung around, freeze frame," and we sort of worked together to bring that emotional side to it, as well as the intense sort of comedic side of it. We were telling this story through a child's point of view. For me, I wanted to create a sense of warmth with the picture, making absolutely certain that Home Alone felt timeless. The wardrobe, the look of the picture, it had to have some elegance and give it some style, and Julio Macaulay came through brilliantly.
It was a really exciting time for me because I was just starting out. I had done a very small feature before. I think that was the reason Chris interviewed me for the job. He saw a lot of stunts on my reel, which I think he liked.
I had been working as a stuntman, but this was my first big break to double a lead and on a film and be on the film for, 3 months. It was a big break for me because then after Home Alone, I got called a lot to do a lot of physical stunts as car hits and falls and everything because of the nature of the first Home Alone. So it got me a lot of work after that.
The set atmosphere on Home Alone was like none other ever. I mean, it was like going to a frat party every day. Everybody was so young. There's always music playing, and Chris was hilarious, and Mark Radcliffe was the AD, and he's now Chris's executive producer on all these huge pictures now, and we just had a blast.
It was actually the first time I cast out of Chicago, so I got to go to Chicago, and it was sort of off in Chicago on my own, and it was probably a bit of a confidence builder. The Kevin character, I thought it really had to be cast well. It had to be somebody that you believe could take care of himself. You were afraid for him.
This is the furnace. It's the scariest thing in the basement. You should see what it does to me.
With the wrong kid, it could have been an obnoxious child. So you needed somebody that was just totally endearing.
Kevin, I'm on the phone. No, we're not bringing the dog. Put it in the kennel for the... Hey, get off. Kevin, out of the room.
Hang up the phone and make me, why don't you?
Well, Macaulay's involvement came from John Hughes. He had been in Uncle Buck. And John said to us, look, you may not want to cast Mac, but take a look at him, meet him, and let's, see what you think.
I wanted to find this perfect kid to be in Home Alone, and I didn't want to resort to using Macaulay, who was in Uncle Buck. I thought, I want to find someone on my own.
John Hughes suggested me for the part, and Chris wanted, he met with me early on, but he also wanted to meet with other people. He just didn't want to just take the first thing that was in front of him.
Guys, I'm eating junk and watching rubbish. You better come out and stop me.
After meeting 400 other kids, I realized that there was no one as special or as unique or as talented as Macaulay. The camera loved him. He just was infinitely relatable to people all over the world. Little did I realize until I started shooting the film that not only did he have it for that film, but he truly was a certified movie star.
Macaulay's become a great actor, I think. His recent work is really tremendous. As a 9-year-old boy, how good an actor can you be? So he had a beautiful face, he had a great sense of comedy, and he had a great teacher in Chris also.
Action!
The dork was whining about a suitcase. What am I supposed to do? Shake his hand and say, congratulations, you're a dork?
I'm not an idiot.
Oh, really?
Cut? Okay.
I'm not an idiot.
Yeah. Now, guys, here's what you can do. Megan, Hillary, you guys can move a little faster here, okay? So you can say you're completely helpless. Everybody has to do everything for you as you're almost here, okay? So let's try it one more time, guys. And action.
I've never done this once in my whole life. That's what Megan said.
What did I say? You told Kev you're tough. The dork was whining about a suitcase. What am I supposed to do? Shake his hand and say, congratulations, you're an idiot?
I'm not an idiot.
Oh, really? You're so helpless. Everyone has to do everything for you.
Chris was very, very good with me. He knew how to get me to do the things that he wanted me to do, to tell the story that he wanted to tell. And that's what it was all about, is just making sure that Chris was happy. You always want to make a director happy, and especially when you're a kid, even more so. I'm not sure if there's anyone else in the business who can really get performances out of children the way he can.
He always knew his lines. He was always a professional, always prepared. At the same time, he was a 9-year-old kid. So at any given moment, he would have to become a kid because you don't have that sense of responsibility that you have as an adult. But as a kid, you get tired sometimes. You tend to get distracted. You tend to laugh. You tend to have fun. And that was all part of what made his performance so special.
What happened to my room? Heather, Tracy, and Sandra took it.
This house is so full of people. It makes me sick. When I grow up and get married, I'm living alone.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Everybody was just completely...
Macaulay was fun to work with. I mean, he always joked around. He used to play around with the crew all the time. I think he even liked to do their jobs if he could.